This town is called Ilu-Aje. But in Yoruba language, it means the town of witches. A lot of people told us that everybody in this town are witches. Is it true?
He
said there's no place without witches, but it's not every witch that kills people.
Today, we are going to Ilu-Aje. The goal is to meet the people, hear their story, and see how many witches we can find in this town.
Can you tell me why you want to drink my blood?
Before we travel to Ilu-Aje, let me remind you that it takes a lot of time, effort, bravery, and money to film these stories, so I will appreciate if you give the video a like and subscribe to the channel. Let's travel to Ilu-Aje and explore. This is the Ilu-Aje town, and this is the way to the town. Everywhere is deserted. I've read some articles that say that there is no young person in this village. That is another thing I want to find out. What happened to the young people? What happened to everybody? But so far we are not seeing somebody, but we are hearing the sound of engine saw. That means human beings live in this town. Another thing is we want to find out why they call this town the town of witches. I've heard a lot about this town, and every time I want to go, people warn me not to. People from other towns are very scared to step a foot into this town, and all this is because of the name Ilu-Aje, which translates to English as the town of witches. People from other towns believe that this town is full of witches. They believe that every woman in this town is a witch, and every man in this town is born of a witch, meaning that there are too many witches in this town, and that is why they are called the town of witches. On this day, I traveled to Ilu-Aje to meet the people and ask them why they are called the town of witches. I was prepared for everything. Even if everybody was a witch, I was prepared to meet them. But I wasn't alone. I was with some of my friends who are also YouTubers. What do you expect to see when you get there? Because for me, I expect that I will see normal people, not witches.
Well, for me, I will be expecting to see that witches.
Witches?
Yes, I really want to see witches because they say witches are real. So I would like to see for myself, but I really don't believe in witches.
On our way to this town, we were pulled over by a police officer, and when he asked me where we are going, I told him we are going to Ilu-Aje. He started to tell me the story he know about the town.
So they have consulted them to look for the son of the king in Oyo, of which none of them can be able to give a description or how the son will come back, or maybe the son have gone forever. So except somebody, an herbalist from that Ilu-Aje, which is very close to that Oyo, they have gone and consult from Ile-Ife, far places, in order to get solution. So a close by solution now come from a village very close to the Oyo, but the Oyo people did not believe say this place, a mere place here, want to give us this thing solution.
The police officer was telling us about a king who his son went missing, and he looked for his son almost everywhere and couldn't find him. He invited a lot of herbalists and they couldn't provide any solution, but a herbalist from this town, Ilu-Aje, provided this solution. Remember this story, because when we reach the town, you will learn more about this story. We just arrived Ilu-Aje, and my first impression is underdeveloped.
I feel like it's a typical village, like your village and mine, right? I feel like everybody has like a superstitious belief about their town, but for this one, a town of witches, we actually came to know if it was true.
I came here with few mission at hand. Why are they called the town of witches? How many witches can I find in this town, and how many young people can I find in this town? I started with the first one. A lot of people told us that everybody in this town are witches. Is it true?
Let me start by saying you are doing a great job. Most importantly, because you want to expose what is the truth about this community. Is that not true?
Yes, sir.
We are glad seeing you here. My name is Reverend G. Eniola. I'm just the priest of the community. I am not in the best position to tell you the history of this community.
The priest referred us to an elder in the community, and the elder started to explain how the name came about.
This town is a very ancient town, like it's very old. From the past, when the older men came to settle in this place. Ife Oye, that's the name of the town. They came from the past. So when they got here, most of them were Babalawos, that's like
priest, chief priest.
Yes, chief priest. Yes, that's chief priest.
So ìgbà tí wọ́n wá dé ilẹ̀ yìí ìlú yìí nígbà ó jẹ́ pé Ifẹ̀ Òye ni àti wá ìlú Òye ni wọ́n ń pè nígbà náà.
The man is saying that this town is a very ancient town, and this town is very much older than most of the developed cities in Nigeria. In the ancient times, some group of herbalists migrated to this place from a town called Ife-Oye, and when they arrived this town, they started calling this place Ilu-Oye, which means the town of Oye. And that means initially this town was called Ilu-Oye. But something happened that would change the name of this place forever.
Nígbà tó wá yá ọba kan ó wá sọnù wọn ò rí wọn wà.
Okay. So it got to a point that the king's son, that's the prince, got missing and they could not find him.
After the prince got missing, the king called all the strong herbalists he knew, including the ones from Ile-Ife, which is known to be the place of God in Yoruba history, but none of them were able to find the prince.
So the king's wife now told the king that she saw a particular babalawo elsewhere. And then the king now said, okay, you know what, call the babalawo and let me see him if he can help us find our son.
They came here and called one of the herbalists that migrated to this town, and he came to the palace and did some sacrifices and prophesied to them that after 7 days, the son of the king will return to the palace. For the king, he didn't take it seriously because the people he believed to be the strongest herbalists have tried all their best and they couldn't do anything. But on the 7th day, the prince came back to the palace. And when the prince arrived, the king was seriously amazed and he sent out a message saying, and if we translate that to English, it means, go and call that herbalist who prophesies like a witch.
He told his men to bring the priest who made a prophecy and came to pass, because back in the day they believed that witches were very powerful and only them can make only them can prophesy and the thing will come to pass. So he was like, bring the man who prophesied like a witch. And then that's the literal translation of the name of this town, which is Eba Mekpento Difa To Shebi Aje. That was so they named this town Adifa Shebi Aje, which means someone that prophesies like a witch.
After a long time, Tobifasebiaje became very difficult for people to pronounce. They now changed the name to Iluaje, very easy to pronounce but very difficult to understand. Now we know how the name came about and my first mission is accomplished. How about the witches? I walked around this town and I visited so many families. I didn't see anybody who is a witch or who agrees to be a witch.
There's no witches, there's no wizard. We did not see anybody flying. In fact, we even saw a church and also a mosque, and we even spoke to our pastor, a priest, that enlightened us about the village, how him too was given the same narrative, and when he came it was absolutely different narrative he saw here in the village.
And what that tells me is that all the stories that people say regarding this town is based on the name which they know nothing about. And today I am happy that I'm able to come to this town, and through this video you are learning how this name came about. And it's not because everybody in this town is a witch. I read an article that says that there is no young person in this town. All the young people have migrated out of this town. I decided to check if that was true. It took me a long time to find young people in this town, and when I found them, they were not from this town.
They hear you. Okay. Are you from here? Okay, what's your name, please?
My name is Adini.
How old are you?
19 years old.
You're 19 years old. Okay, you live here. Were you born here? Oh, you're from Ibadan. Okay, what are you doing here? You came to work. Everybody here, did they come to work or they are from here? Okay, they came here to work. You also from here or you came to work? Okay. So most of the people I see here, they came to work, but what type of work do people do here? What is lamale?
Lamale, something like
timber.
Timber.
Lock up. Okay. Oh yeah, now bros, you. Okay, thanks everybody.
They are 19, 20, 20 something,
But they are young people. Nothing happens to young people here. So I asked the old people. They said the young people go to other towns to find greener pasture, and then they will come back to develop their town. That is definitely why young people are moving to other town. It happens in every community. And if anything happens to young people here, these people will not be in this town. They won't even come to work in this town. So there is no witches in this town, and the reason why they call this place town of witches is because of what happened in the past. And it wasn't for a bad thing, it was actually for a good thing that a herbal doctor or a witch doctor did in this town that gets them that name. In fact, currently the place is not town of witches anymore, it is town of prosperity, because it's no more Iluaje, it is Iluaje. It is the same spelling but different meaning.
The villagers told us that when their children travel to other towns, the people from those towns will start calling them witches, and they don't feel good about that, and for that reason they decided to change the name.
They decided to change the name to Ilu Aje, which is like prosperity. So Aje and Aje have the same spelling in Yoruba, so it's AJE. So that's why it was just an easy way to change the name, and then it means prosperity.
Odifa ọ̀sẹ̀ bí àjẹ́ tí wọ́n fi sọ nílùú àjẹ́ nìyẹn kì í ṣe pé àjẹ́ tó ń pa ọmọ àjẹ́.
The name has remained Ilu Aje since that time. They've not changed it to any other name. The name was just giving them a bad reputation, and that was why they changed the name to Aje.
In Yoruba alphabet, they have two E. That is why they have Aje and Aje. Aje means witches, Aje means prosperity. They have changed the name of this town from Iluaje to Iluaje, means the town of prosperity. For those of you who are scared of the people that are from this town, I hope you have learned something today.
So don't always listen to what you hear. Always just come to, find it out yourself. But as you can't do that, that's why we have wowneche here, to always bring you guys this kind of interesting content.
And as I'm making this video right now, I'm telling you to go and check out my Richie, because if you like the type of video that I create, everybody you saw in this video today, you see all of us went all the way from Lagos to come and show you this.
Honestly,
so please go and check out everybody and subscribe to them. You will enjoy every of their video. We are not here alone, actually. We have our amazing creator here. If not for her, we wouldn't be able to do it, because almost everybody we see here can't speak English, but she helped us out today. What's your name?
Busayo AD.
Please check out her channel. Her channel is Busayo AD. In fact, she tells better story than me. I'm not going to lie. So you will like every content you see on her channel. So go right now, check her out and watch her videos.
Yeah, see you guys.
Thank you so much. Please also check out my brother right here.
Nigeria to the world. Nigeria to the world.
Why do you answer Nigeria to the world when you are going the whole Africa? Because this guy have traveled different countries in Africa, but Nigeria to the world, I think it's a very unique name, right?
Like they said, before you test the depth of the ocean, you have to try one leg first. You don't try two legs.
Okay.
So you put one leg. If it is not too deep, then you can put the second leg.
Are you going to change it to Africa to the world?
No, it's not going to be Africa to the world. It is still Nigeria to the world, because the Nigeria is still going all over the world.
Please go and check him out, because you would like all his videos. I'm telling you, please go and check out everybody you see in this video. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching. I did hope you enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy it, please give it a like. And if you want to watch more videos like this one, you know what to do. Click the red subscribe button around here on your screen and turn on the bell notification that comes up next, so that you'll be the first person to know when I post my next video. Thank you so much for watching, and bye for now.